Fires. Good to see you today. Good to be back here delivering another message. Let me give you a little shot of this moonstone here for our full moon funities. It's got a little glimmer of blue iridescence. So I had a bit of a channeled message to start, just thinking about, I really appreciate pigeons. I think they're beautiful. I think a lot of people do. And there's that saying, birds of a feather flock together. And whilst pigeons are very dressed, very individually different, and I'm sure they all have different personalities, they kind of tend to flock together, do the same things, act the same, one might say. And so I was thinking about that. And then, like bigger predatory birds higher up on the chain, I guess, the food chain, but also maybe not tend to be smarter, but ravens and stuff can't talk. They can mimic noises that humans make, which is pretty astounding. So then that went on in my head, thinking about the channel here and why it's called Arie Intuitions, because a group of eagles is called an Arie. And so why I named this channel? Because I really wanted to focus on the individuals that have stood out over their lives, that have been the kind of the sore thumb in the cloud, the outliers, black sheeps and lone wolves. They're very relative to eagles. Eagles be in smaller groups, usually like 3 to 5, and when the babies fly the coop, the pair stays together and can live until they're 70, 75 years old. It's tea time. So we have all of our elements on the table here. We got the salt, the earth, water, and our cup. We got a copper cup. This one's from Greece. To the west, we've got our fire to the south, representing Archangel Michael and the energy of the south, the warmth that we think of when it comes to the south. Warmth, where citrus and fruits grow and happy people are. No, that's a guise. It's not always true. People are the same around the world, no matter where you go, and that comes back to talking about seagulls, and birds of a feather flock together like seagulls. They may look unique, but they tend to move and act the same. So we have regenerate your body, rejoice and laugh, strengthen your body. So we're really working on getting that body summer ready, spring, It's time to get back on those New Year's resolution, which in the astrological frame just started. So yeah, we got sapphire, orange, or apricot, and bronze, and scarlet. Our numbers out here are 38, 20, 14, and 7. So 11, 2, 5, and 7. 2, 2, 5, and 7. There is an abundance of everything. My purpose in life is joy. To feel better is the root of every desire. For us to feel better is the only reason any one of us wants anything. To feel better is the only reason any one of us wants anything. If you only had one goal, and that was to feel good, you would live successfully and happily, and in a way of fulfilling your life's purpose ever after. So do what feels good. And to do that, we have asked to get into the present moment. And to get into the present moment, we need to be grounded. Which, comes from wisdom. Being able to rejoice and laugh on top of that, at the wisdom we've learned in life, the things we've etched out from this situation, the knowledge we've gained. We got the owls all around her there, and she's hovering over her magical pot of coals with the runes surrounding it, signifying her creation, and recognizing in that these lessons, the knowledge that we gained through the fire, the flame, the fuel, became the fuel for wisdom. And so under regenerate our body, we have meditation. So regenerating our body, our mind, comes from allowing universal wisdom to flow through us when we meditate. We close our eyes, or we go outside and we connect to nature, and we're present with our breath and with the rhythm of things. And I invite Archangel Raphael to bring healing and knowledge into my life. Archangel Raphael is the element of air, element of the east. Let's get our pine. If anybody's interested in some northern pine pitch, I love to pick pitch. I love to pick pitch. So let me know. I'd pick you a jar full and send it your way if we can work something out. Maybe a barter or whatever. Reading. That's how we do it in the spiritual world. So that coming out with the secret of creating anything happy, anything desired, get happy, or the secret of creating anything happy, desire it. Desire what you have in order to be happy where you're at, to create the things that you desire, which will then find yourself in a place of being happy. Got that? Aries season, beginning of the book, beginning of the astrological new year. It is March the 22nd, which is a precarious date. 3/22/2023. There's 3/2/2/2023. 4 2s, 2 3s, and a 0. That's, 14, that's a 5. The number of the day, though, however, being 2 2 and 3, becomes a 7. Now that we are in Aries, which is a fire sign, coming out in this sunflower card, my purpose in life is joy. And joy comes from the fire within us, the fire we turn, we turn the ingredients of our pot that creates the passion. Today is mine for the taking, as long as I am willing to fight for it. What do I want to fight for today? Wear something that makes you feel strong, whether it be a protective armor or leather, or a protective armor of leather. Being vegan, I won't recommend that. Or a favorite childhood sweater. Dress yourself as if you're going into battle. Oh yes, because with the number 7, the 7 of Wands is the card about standing up for ourselves. Perseverance, commitment, number 7. And in the deck of tarot, the Chariot is also the 7th card. So if you stay true to your goals, evolution, the Chariot, ensures that you won't end today where you began. Limitless growth possibilities exist today, as long as you do the legwork to get there. So let the world see your grit. If you can work passionately guided by the power of self-belief, you will make a radical advancement. So get clear on what you're fighting for, whether it be a relationship, ambition, or something you desire most. Actions speak louder than words. Abraham says the same thing in a different way, that words don't teach, action does, vibration does. And on the same note of birds of a feather flock together, she also talks about how people who do the same things, act the same ways, they're in these vibrational islands together. Jared asked Abraham, why don't we just put all the bad people on islands together? And Abraham replied that they already are. They're just vibrational islands, or vibrational currents, like just folds in the time-space stream continuum that we find ourselves in, and we can choose to stay in the folds that suit us, or worry about those streams over there, which pulls us into them. So yeah, be careful, be mindful of what, especially in this new year, astrological new year, and lunar conjunction with everything and the energy. It's a great time to plant new seeds and release things that you don't want to fight for, so you can fight the battles that will win the war. Lose the battle, win the war. Just reading this quote by Reese Witherspoon, and I have to say I don't agree with it. Doing begets more doing. That's why exactly we have to be mindful about what doing serves us. It sounds simple, but I'm a firm believer in action can solve so many worries. And just powering through, no matter what, can give you the confidence you need when you feel like you've got nothing to offer. I would agree, but disagree in that do something that get a big item off your plate. Don't do stuff like the dishes, or organize the cupboards, to keep your mind to get that dopamine hit. Do something the doing is doing something that serves the purpose. Because if it's not, and you're just doing to do, you're just going to wear yourself out. So, as I was talking about that, where the comfort card came out sideways, and in the first place I was going to put it between regenerate your body and meditation is, you know, bridging this process of regeneration and allowing some humility with rejoice and laugh and apricot. So allowing ourselves some ease. And I needed to be reminded of this by some other readers or some other folks, to be easy on myself, peace, rejoice and laugh, because laughing at the matter, rejoicing in the fact that you're still alive, that you made it through it regardless. You know, take it as you will. I mean, things do happen. Protection. So when we strengthen our foundation, we strengthen our body, we have that sort of protection. This is like a deep purple that comes with inner knowing, that comes with meditation and taking life easy. Sweetness. Ooh, going there with attract success. So we're attracting relationship, or relationship with ourselves, with our joy, with healing, with being present. Being present is protection, because we can't be worried about the past or the future if we're in the present, and that protects us from losing that foundation. Intuition, coming from meditation. That's going to go right there under meditation. Ghost. Yes. Working with our spirits, our owl spirit, our ghosts, our guides, our ghosts that are around us always, supporting us. We just need to reach out and connect with them. And if we're lacking trust, which we've probably been doing, if we're feeling in a place to regenerate, because if we're not trusting the path, if we're not trusting things that are working out, then we're not in the present moment. And on top of, to feel better is the root of every desire, trusting ourselves is going to bridge, and being in the present, working towards feeling good and things that we desire, is going to build trust. Space, space for healing. So I can appreciate that, space is required for healing. I think people sometimes try to rush the healing process. We've probably all been guilty of that. Yeah, but to find that clear mental space also by getting in the present, asking our guides, Archangel Raphael, to help us have healing and knowledge in the situation, to create a clear mental space so we can work towards getting anything desired that we want, which comes from a feeling of being happy. Thank you, Spirit. Any more cards come out here out of the Oracle deck? Ideation. There's abundance of everything. So moving on from this, so we're building a strength around strengthening our mindset around these ideations of abundance. So we've been releasing these old ways of being, doing, thinking that hold us back from living in the present and experiencing joy, experiencing the magic of life, allowing ourselves to create with magic, with the crone and our spirit guides and fire and earth and water, soul, and getting into the flow where we know that to feel better is at the root of every desire. And that's going to turn our trust upside down, right side up. To trust our guides is what this is asking us to do. We need to trust our desire for peace, our sunny desire for, in this season, for regeneration, which is why a lot of people go on vacations and whatnot, to gain back this confidence that we've kind of lost from retreating, which is normal, because in order to heal, you need to retreat from that which is, you know, driving you crazy. So do what's good for you and create some space to gain back that confidence. Find a place, a way to get happy, and now that we're release this anxiety and ideation, we can start to come out of the isolation that we've been in. So we've been in isolation, and I understand that. It's okay, it's necessary, because of some disruptions to our joy, our passion. It's like a very passionate color, magenta. I hate magenta. It's from the Golden Girls. And then consciousness underneath. Once again, connecting to consciousness, putting to death what's no longer serving us, such as distrust and feeling like there's any lack of abundance, which will allow in abundance. So death, you know, when we connect to consciousness, and we use our intuition to work with our spirit guides, and we build that trust in a safe space, we attract sweetness and abundance. And we leave behind the anger that created it in the first place. And we no longer, and stop being the last card in reverse, we no longer have to stop or be isolated and be stopped by anxiety and ideation. And just remember that anger is normal. It's normal to get angry. You're allowed to get angry, but just don't let it, you know, control you, or don't put it on other people if you can. I know we're all doing our best to do our best. Ooh, 23:55. It's about 23 minutes in the 23rd year of the 21st century. We have so putting away old cycles, Two of Pentacles reversed. Seven of Wands, standing up, the card of the day. Seven of Wands, bridging the comfort, regenerating the body, choosing our battles wisely. Sometimes we have to lose the battle to win the war. And by choosing the battles wisely, we save our energy for what's to come, so we can greet things in a peaceful manner, like this page of Knight of Swords, Cavalier d'Épée. who looks like he's coming in with that sword to disturb our peace. Fool card in reverse. So you know, someone, like I said, this Knight of Swords, perhaps trying to fool us, or us feeling like we need to protect ourselves from the fools out there. Ace of Swords. With intuition, so we need to trust our intuition. Whatever we've been feeling that we need to stand up for is what we need to trust. We need to trust our intuition in these matters, to stop this cycle of anxiety and isolation, and use our inner knowledge, papis, la papis, which is relative to the flame, flame of wisdom, or the crone. This being the person that holds the wisdom, or the high priestess. Ace of Wands coming out in reverse, as was the trust card. So making sense that, you know, we haven't been trusting ourselves enough to be in the present moment, not trusting the process perhaps that says, you know, source is going to bring us what we desire and need. Four of Pentacles reversed. So instability, this anxiety and isolation and concern about shortage is what stopped creating instability. Ten of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So got fire, air, earth. No water out here yet. Some water. We got the flow card there. And yes, so the Ten of Pentacles, which is material success. So working with spirit, reaching for our joy, stepping over these hurdles, these disruptions, to work with our consciousness, to create trust, to trust our passion, to trust our intuition enough to build something solid out of our dreams, or the King of Pentacles, to get into a place where we feel sturdy with our money, where we just feel secure in the fact that we have this earth to walk on, and nobody owns it. Nobody owns this border or that, regardless of what they may think. You think the only people who are people are the people who look and think like you. You think you own whatever land you walk on, but you know, the earth, the entire earth belongs to all of us, and that is the innate abundance that's welcome to us when we put behind these cycles, Two of Pentacles, of anger and anxiety and ideation that keeps us going into cycles of isolation. So Death card again coming out on bottom. Ten of Swords, anger, ideation, being weighed down by our thoughts. It's me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me. You know, we do need to look at where we have been the problem, because really that's the only person who has the power, or that's the only place of power you have in any such given situation, is your response to it, or how you can change the way you feel about it so that we don't get locked in places of ideation or anger, and it stops the progress of regeneration and creating what we desire. We got the King of Cups, so 2 kings coming out. This king's looking backwards with his cup. So, you know, and looking backward is going to disrupt things coming in too. The Strength card in reverse. So maybe we feel we've been really tired from all of this, all these, I certainly have, from a lot of the energies that have been going on, the big shift. Wow. And so we're tired from these disruptions, but we're just being reminded to meditate and connect to consciousness, which is going to allow us to reconnect to spirit, to a cups, masculine, feminine. And when we get in that balanced masculine, feminine state where we can be receptive of what we desire and also take actions to create, we find ourselves, and here I didn't say any water is coming out, but beautiful card to come out, the 2 of Cups, you know, marriage of aligning the masculine and the feminine. This could also mean that, you know, this is part of the abundance that we're manifesting, welcoming in. And 4 of Wands reversed. So yeah, we had to stop and fix our foundations due to some manipulative or toxic masculine juvenile type of energies, perhaps even our childhood trauma, even as we look back to assess why maybe we're sitting here with our cup but no one else at the table, looking back. And these people that weren't in tune with Aerophant, they were not in tune with their higher knowledge. And so we tried to temper that, which kept us from building, you know, caused us to stick our head in the sand when the tempering, trying to temper others or control others, didn't work. It broke our hearts. And that's looks like our disruption, which stops the money flow. You know, 5 of Pentacles reverse. So we're wanting to come out of that, actually, and this is a sign that we're tired of it and ready to move towards abundance. Knight of Pentacles, Cavalier de Denier, coming out to say, hey, I can pick up one of these loose coins that I dropped and run with it, you know. I can start again, I can start anew. I don't have to fight for the things that aren't serving me any longer, for juvenile ideas about love, imbalanced thought, and I'm not going to worry about, we might be in a place of distrusting this, but don't worry about the spilled milk, don't worry about the cups that you've built. They served their purpose, people appreciated it where it needed to be. And, you know, it may have kept us from being grateful, which will also keep us in a state of anger and anxiety. but also in a state of, you know, we have a lot of choices, but it also can be a double-edged sword when we have too many choices and we're kind of stuck in the land of indecision because of this confusion or inability to be in the present moment. Which then welcomes in Five of Swords energy, people that want to kind of meet up with that energy that we create in our head, turmoil and such. And, you know, then it's time to take whatever passion you got left and move forward. Three of Swords energy. And so we invite Archangel Raphael to give us healing and knowledge, to create the space, to make a choice, to rebuild and create balance in our life, to upright this world card in our favor, and no longer do all the work ourselves for people that don't give a shit, or people that think they gave the world to you, but really they just benefited, wearing their beautiful gowns and offering an empty cup. No longer feeling like we're stuck or constantly overgiving, and moving onward from this blocked state. Two of Swords. Four of Swords reversed in the last two cards, I'm going to say here. I've been getting this a lot lately, just like full decks flying out. No longer keeping ourselves in a state of isolation, which was necessary, and, you know, allowing karma to play out in good ways, and maybe not so good ways for others, so that this pentacle that was buried by our piles of thoughts that kept us from seeing what was right in front of us, and we can then gain the passion to move forward sweetly. So I'm going to leave that right there. Have a fantastic day. Kind of another long reading, but it's a special kind of portal day, I'm going to call it. 37:57 on the clock. 38 minutes. Have a great day. It's Aerie Intuitions. Take care.